Welcome to another episode of Insurance Gone Wild. I am your host, Dennis Settlemeyer. My lovely co-host is...
Stephanie Lincioni.
Lincioni. Lincioni or Lincioni? I always forget. Whatever.
Yeah, again, for you, it's Lincioni.
Okay. Wits. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, Wits. Yeah. 100%. Yep. I don't mind it. Mom's got to be frugal unless it comes to the margaritas.
I heard
Although
that.
I do like those on happy hour.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
I digress.
I get it. Well, we have had a lot of things happening here again with not only the agency, good stuff, but we've also we're recording this around the time during the stuff that's going on down at Kerrville. This is what kind of reminded me of the subject we're going to talk a little bit about today. The things going down in Kerrville, and we've got tons of loss of life down there, and which is such a tragedy. I remember our girls actually went to a camp down there, and I won't get into logistics and is there anybody at fault and all that stuff, but I would just say that water rose so fast.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was ever any way to get it, because you can't outrun that
nature.
kind of water, and you can't stop water.
It is the most powerful.
Yeah, you literally cannot
for
stop
sure.
it.
Yeah.
It is unstoppable, and if there's enough of it coming, even if you have the Hoover Dam, if there's enough of it coming, it's going to go over the Hoover Dam, or they're going to have to release some of it, right? Controlled. But in any case, what would happen? What would happen if you had a flood coming like that quick, and you had to get out? Or if there was a fire, if you woke up and there's a fire in your house, or a tornado's coming, or you have to move really, really quick, whatever the situation is, you have to move very, very quickly to get out of your home, not just your house, but your home. What do you do?
Yeah.
In that case? And I think we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Maybe this will be a shorter podcast than normal, but just some things that, we were thinking of, and I don't know that we're complete experts. That's what I was getting ready to say. Yeah. We're not experts in this area.
We're not.
Because
100%
I have never had to do that.
Nor have I.
I can tell you that we've talked about planning and preparation. One of the things that I will tell clients is sometimes they'll ask me that, and I'm like, well, the biggest thing you need to do now is to go around and take a video with your phone or something, take a video of your home, because if you need to file a claim later, you're not going to remember every little piece of furniture or whatever that's in your house. You're going to be under stress trying to get all this stuff together, but a video will help you. Hey, I had that little clock there on the deal.
Yeah, and I do think to a certain extent, though, if it's truly a total loss,
yeah,
the insurance company's writing a check.
Well, they're just writing the check.
They're writing a check.
Okay, so let me make that. Let's make that a point. If you have a true total loss,
yeah,
outside of flood, because flood is a different insurance, meaning that it's a separate policy.
Yes,
and it's different in the way that it pays out a little bit, but. If you have a true total loss from a fire or something, and it's literally total loss, the insurance company is going to write you a check for policy limits, and they're out.
Mm-hmm. Minus your deductible. Which at that point, you don't care what the deductible is. It can be a 2%, and you're totally fine.
Exactly. But let's just say that, you just have to get out regardless.
So the whole point of this one is, again, it's not that we're experts, but we are consumers, we're homeowners, we're family members, we're moms, we're dads, it's just to get people thinking about, I should probably think about that ahead of time. Because if you fail to plan, If you fail to plan to fail. You're planning to fail. Yeah. Yes. So that's ultimately, it's really what we're trying to do, right? So little things that I have incorporated truly. So I'll kick it off. Right. So one of the big things for me, and I remember I went to college, and now I am fairly old. I was called geriatric with my thing 2 pregnancy. So I am of elevated age, advanced age. Okay. Right. You can see it. Like, I'm older.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So, no, but my point is I didn't grow up where everyone had cell phones. It was, we still had to handwrite papers. Like, technology was not, we had video games, things like that, but like Facebook wasn't even a thing until I was in college. Okay. There's a point to bringing that up. So my good friend in college, I was like, hey, we're going to go out. We're going to do these things. I was like, you have to remember my number. Like, you have to memorize my phone number, and I will memorize your phone number, because if anything happens and we get separated from phones, or the phone dies, or whatever the case is, like, you have to know a phone number to call for help. Right? Like, period. And by the way, that came in handy more than once. But anyway, that was the whole thing. And then the people that I dated and different things, and my husband, I'm like, you have to memorize. I cannot accept that my number is just in your phone and you have no idea what my phone number is.
Yeah, that's different.
You have to know what my phone number is.
That is different. Now, I grew up with, you
can still probably remember all phone numbers that you have.
Yeah, well, I used to, but more and more of them are just on my cell phone. You push a button and it calls, right?
Right.
But I grew up with the rotary phones. Most kids don't even know how to use now. And
before you even had to do area code.
No, exactly. I forgot about that. I didn't
have to do area code at first. And then all of a sudden you had to do these additional 3 digits, and you're like, what the hell is 817?
I grew up in the country. We actually had party lines where you shared a phone line with your neighbor. You didn't share a phone number, but you shared a phone line with your neighbor.
Right.
And so, so you had to memorize numbers, or you wouldn't know them.
Right. But now
it's easy. You just push a button on your phone, you make a phone call.
You look it up and you push the button. So, but even people who experience the rotary times and things, like, they're like, oh, I don't need to waste space in the noodle for that. But you do. I would argue there are certain numbers that you have to have in your head. So that would be step number 1 for me.
If I had, well, you're talking about memorization, but if we had an emergency where I'm at, the first thing I would grab would be my phone. It's usually beside me, beside my bed, or if I fall asleep with it, it's laying in the bed with me. But I would grab my phone because it's real quick. It's easy. It's, I'm grabbing it 2 or 3 seconds, let's go, and then whatever else we can grab at that particular point. But I don't have little kids anymore, so that would certainly play into it if you have kids, right? Do you want to go check on the kids, grab the kids, get them out, jump through their bedroom window, whatever you got to do, get out of the house.
Yeah.
But even when I had little kids, I would probably still grab the cell phone, because my cell phone has so much information on it. Whereas...
Yeah, but I got to say, like, if it's literally, like, you wake up and your house is ablaze.
I'm grabbing my cell phone.
That is such a dad comment to me, because I'm like, hell no, I didn't. Where are my babies? Like, I gotta get. Well,
I'm not saying I wouldn't go to them,
and
but
my babies are 8 and 4 right now. But I don't give a damn. Like,
but I'm just reaching over. I'm reaching over. I'm grabbing it, putting some pants or shoes on.
Oh,
and I'm headed out.
Shoes. Mama's running out naked. Like, I'll have nothing on. I will nestle them in my bosom as we jump through the glass to get the hell out. There's no way. But, and then part of that is like dad, mom, right? And it's like, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
But I'm not, my phone is the last thing that I care about.
No, I just need it because I've got all my numbers in there. I've got so much information in it.
Oh, no, I'm going to hurt without my phone.
Yeah.
100, it's going to be awful.
Well, I don't think that.
But in the heat of it,
I think a phone is a necessity now for the majority of people. Not all, but the majority of people, because if they're like me, I can access pretty much anything with my cell phone. I've got it set up that way. But if you're just using your cell phone just to make phone calls,
I still
you still need to call somebody. So how are you gonna call mom and dad if you don't remember mom and dad's phone number?
Well, the first responders have cell phones that you can borrow.
Yeah, but if you don't remember their number.
But that's why we started the conversation where I said you need to memorize certain people's numbers. You need to memorize your spouse's.
But not everybody does that anymore. Everybody just pushes a button.
No. But this is part of the conversation. This is being prepared, though. If you can't remember a phone number, then our society, we are screwed.
Well, we are screwed because most people can't remember phone numbers anymore.
You have to be like, people don't even change their phone numbers anymore because like my husband still has a California number. Please don't judge him. He's fine. He's not one of those. If you're from California, I'm sure you're lovely. But I'm just saying, but like he doesn't have to change because now everyone's so used to like, oh, the transits and the this and the that. And they like, oh, you came, not transits, but like the transplants, right? What do you call them? Transplants? Yeah. And so it's like, oh, okay, well, you just moved to a different area. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
You know, I'm grabbing the cell phone. I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
I don't have to go look for my cell phone. It's right there. It's right here. Here's my cell phone. I'm grabbing it and I'm out and I'm going to do whatever else. It's like a second or two and I'm done.
Listen, and I get it, but like, if I'm in bed and I wake up, I have no pockets. And I'm telling you, like, immediately it is, where the hell are my kids?
Yeah.
And I'm going for the kids. I can't even imagine reaching for a cell phone first. Because then at some point I'm going to end up dropping it because I've got 2 kids and I'm going. I got one and I got another. And
I think one of the things we talk to our kids about is if there was ever an emergency like that, they had windows they could bail out of. And they knew how to bail out the windows. Yes. Unfortunately, when they got older, they knew how to get out the windows too.
You taught them too well. you taught them too well.
But yes, we did talk about that. Get out the window because their windows were opened up. They'd open up wide, and they could get in and out of their beds right up against. They get out of them real quick, and they could go out to the front of the house. And so we talked about now when they were really, really little. Probably not as much, but
I don't know. Like, what is the right time to? And it depends on the kid, but like, I'm telling you, thing 2 would be out the damn window. Just be like, I don't know.
She'd go now if you showed her how to do it.
And she's 4.
If you planted any blackberry bushes back behind her window, so she can't sneak out when she becomes a teenager.
I should.
Yeah. We didn't do that, and we should.
Again, everything. This whole episode is about planning, so I need to.
Yeah. So anyway, I would grab my cell phone the very first thing because it's always next to me.
And mine is not. Also, to be fair.
But, okay. No comment. But anyway.
No comment on your no comment.
Yeah. So that would be what I would do. Grab the cell phone. The other thing is, if you don't have kids, you don't have to worry about what else would you grab. Well. Maybe nothing. You just want to get out of the house. Maybe a computer. Maybe keepsakes that you really, really want. Maybe it's pictures.
I mean, it's a damn fire, man.
Yeah, but not everybody is afraid of something that. I mean, it wouldn't bother me if the house was on fire. I would just go grab what I needed to grab and head on out. But I'm a different personality. You know, it wouldn't bother me as much. I'm like, because I would be evaluating, well, how bad is it? Do I have time to go get it? And if I have time to grab something, I'm grabbing it and I'm moving out. But there really wouldn't be a lot that I can think of that I would want to take with me if the house was on fire. I'd let it burn, you know. Let it burn.
Like my jaw's getting tired from having it hang down so low.
There's
during
not that
this
much
conversation.
I know, we're just different.
Let's rinse and repeat and see that view again.
Yeah, I guarantee you we're different. There's people out there that are on both sides of the aisle like us.
That's great. Like I don't know, but we're in different stages of life.
True.
We're okay. So and our dogs are kenneled, so. We would also try to get the dogs. Mm-hmm. But the kid, like, there is nothing that cannot be replaced in my house other than my family. That's the only, like, those are the only things that can't be replaced. So I can't even imagine stopping and thinking, you know, I do love that favorite sweater. I think I have time to grab that.
No, it wouldn't be that kind of stuff.
I think
it would be.
I do love these shoes.
No, I'm talking like pictures or when the kids were little.
But you're talking about don't give a damn. I just need my kids
so
they can get past being little.
Yeah, but it's true. You're not in the same boat we are. But again, a lot of stuff is on my phone or on the cloud where I can go and grab
the phone, man, and run.
But there are some things that I don't have.
That we have taken a turn here.
Yep. Like there, pictures of my dad I don't have on the cloud right now, stuff like that.
Well, I think then we need to now plan.
Well, that goes back to the planning, yeah.
And you need to start getting those on there,
yep.
And then you don't have to kill yourself, because then you'll end up seeing your dad a lot sooner than anticipated while trying to get the damn pictures.
I don't know. I mean, the houses can go up really, really fast, but the thing down in Kerrville with the water rising so fast and so high, I would still grab my phone. If I had kids, I would certainly grab the kids. But other than that, I don't really know what I would grab, to be honest with you. I don't know if there would be anything.
It's get the hell out and get to safety.
Yeah, but with fire, I'd probably go out and go, yeah, that's pretty bad. We need to get the heck out of here. Let me go in this closet and grab this and get out. I might do the same thing. I don't know how I would respond. I've never had to do that.
Fair. But this is why we have the conversation, though, and it's planning.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the part of any sort of truly. So I went to, and I'm going to kind of detour for a second, but it's all about planning in, life-threatening situations. Went to a self-defense, like a women's self-defense class
mm-hmm.
with someone a couple months ago. And by the way, I did ask, I was like, okay, well, this sounds like it's this like karate chop, and like we're gonna like wrestle and wrangle and we're learning moves. So I was like, hey, what's the attire? Like, or is this like business attire and it's a presentation, or are we like getting in the thick of it? And she's like, I'm wearing athletic clothes, like I'm ready to go. I was like, okay, perfect, me too. I'm here to tell you, we were the only ones in sports bras and athletic gear. Everybody else was all decked out in Dallas business attire, and we're like, all right, we just got presented to, so that was uncomfortable.
Dallas people.
Yeah, but anyway, but part of the thing, but it's like having the conversation and preparing and having the different
mm-hmm.
thing, and like when you're putting a kid you're in a parking lot and you're putting a kid in the car, you don't turn your back. Like you don't have the door open here and then have your back to everybody else. You put your back against the door and then you put the kid in, right? Like there are different things that you can do and be prepared for, and
it may be coming from a woman's perspective. As a guy, I don't think about that kind of stuff.
But I think everything, again,
but I'm a big dude too.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I mean, it doesn't mean that you're going to respond the exact way mm-hmm. that you think you're going to, but at least if you have an idea, and that to me is kind of the idea of this episode, is think of what your plan is.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I'll go back to women again, I guess, but your birthing plan, and they're like, well, what's your birthing plan? And okay, guess what? That shit ain't going to happen. Whatever you saw in your head, it's not going to happen the way
mm-hmm.
that you saw it in the head, but you at least thought about it. And then you're able to pivot and know because you've thought about it. But if you are you wake up and all of a sudden you're in labor and you're trying to give birth, it's like, there's a panic mode, right? But if you've at least thought about it, you can.
Okay. I believe you.
Right? I don't know. I just feel like.
I remember when my wife had our first kid, she called and says, I'm going into the hospital. I'm going into labor. I'm like, okay. So I went ahead and worked for another hour because I'm like, this is going to be a while. It's our first one. But I grew up on a farm. I knew it wasn't going to happen immediately. So,
sure.
But, I went ahead and worked for people like, didn't you say your wife was going to the hospital for it? Yeah, she'd be all right. I'm just different.
Yeah, she's a lucky lady.
Yeah, she is.
She's a lucky lady.
I think that plus we don't have a lot of like the keepsake type stuff. We have some
again,
but we know
you do or don't.
We know exactly where it is. And if I went out, opened up our bedroom door, and there was a fire, I'd be like, yeah, I don't think I can get to that. It's just I probably wouldn't even think much of it at that particular point. But
I like how calm you are in the example of when you see the fire.
No,
like,
I'm serious. I
don't think I
but
can
that's kind of the way that I am, though. I think Connie would tell you, and my wife, is that really big stuff like that, I'm pretty calm. It's the little stuff that really torques me off. Yeah. It's the the little thing. I've always been like that. But the big things, like, hey, my house is on fire. I guess we'll call the fire department. It just is what it is.
Your phone.
I'll have my phone. Exactly.
So there you go. I guess,
our girls know how to get out. I think I would probably be worried about the animals. We have a lot of animals. But we have a few in our bedroom. So it'd be like open up the windows and chuck them out, Yeah. And then there's some back in the back in our daughter's bedroom. Well, she's got a back door in her room that we put in. She just walk out the back room around the side of the house.
Sure.
I mean, we've kind of got a plan in place already. Not everybody has that because some people don't have the back door in a bedroom where the animals are type
correct.
Thing.
You don't have that. And then if
so what do you do with it?
Other family members in the home and you've got children.
Yeah.
Like and that's the thing too. Like my kids obviously are younger than yours.
Mm-hmm.
But shoot, even if they're teenagers, I'm like, that's where I'm going. Like, I'm not like, I bet they'll get out. I taught them.
That's the mom.
Hasn't been planted.
That's the mom and you. Probably more than the dad. Yeah, he'd probably be looking for a way to do that. But I guarantee he'd grab his phone too. Yeah, I bet he'd grab his phone.
I don't think so.
I bet he would. He would want that phone so he can make phone calls and communicate. And
I have taught that man well. He has memorized phone numbers. I even have his mom's number memorized.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. But I know my parents' numbers, my sister's number, his number. I actually know your phone number, your cell phone. I have that memorized.
That's why you avoid it when I call, right?
Oh, I know. I know when you're calling, pal. Like, that's absolutely a screen situation.
Yeah.
But no, like I still have my college friend. She's never changed her number, and I still know it. It is. I'm just kidding.
Well, I knew my home phone number all the way up until earlier this spring when my mom finally got rid of a home phone.
Like a true landline.
A true landline, and has a cell phone only. I don't know her cell phone number. It's in my phone.
It's in your phone.
So,
and that's fine, except...
You know how many numbers I've got rattling around up here?
Yeah, I know, but there's just certain ones it's like, ooh, you got to have that.
Yeah, but you're not 50-something years old, too, so I used to be better at it when I was younger.
I'm getting there.
I know.
I'm inching up there, pal.
I think what's interesting about this particular episode is that we have... I think
you're crazy.
Well, there's that.
But I thought that before.
I think that it's good. You need to have the conversations, right?
It's the conversation.
Because not everybody's on the same page. So we're making this fun and entertaining, but at the same time, if you have a spouse, what is your plan? What's your real plan to get out of the house in the event that something happens?
Yeah.
And, and going back to the event, I think it depends on the severity of the event. If it's a true severe, like the flood thing, I grew up in the Ozarks and I saw these kind of floods a lot. Now, we had people that died from time to time, which was unfortunate, but I've seen how fast water can rise in minutes. Like one time whenever I was a teenager, we had a family that went down to the swimming hole, let's call it. And
country folk
the
call it.
sun was shining. The sun was shining. It was hot. It was clear. There was no clouds in the sky. And the creek flooded. So I had never seen it flood like that. It flooded within 20 minutes. Their car was floating.
Yeah.
And we had to take the tractor down there and pull them out because the tractor was higher up and the smoke, the exhaust was sticking up.
Did anyone?
No, everybody was fine.
Oh, okay.
Everybody was fine, but it came up so fast within a matter of like 10 minutes. The creek was everywhere.
Yeah,
and the sun was still shining. Because it had rained way upstream. It had come down like a dam had broken, which there was no dam up there. It was just a wall of water. And so I've seen that. And if you've never been around it, grew up in the city, you don't fully comprehend how fast flash floods can happen.
Well, and so what I'm going to say to that though is it doesn't even have to be flooding for long. So like even if it drained within a matter of 10 minutes, can you hold your breath for 10 minutes?
No, exactly.
So my point to that is, so in the city, my brother used to work nights at his job, and he left for lunch, but lunch is in like overnight, right? So it's dark. it had rained and it was raining. And then all of a sudden it was just in certain pockets in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, in anywhere, right? But like they have certain areas. And this was, I think, I don't know, this was like 7 years ago, where I just feel like year after year after year, like 3 or 4 years back to back, May was a monsoon month for us. Just in this area.
Oh yeah. One time it was like our water table was so high.
Oh my gosh. Like it was just back to back to back to back. And one of the years he got caught. And so he went to lunch to go get lunch, and he was on his way back to work, and he got caught in this flash flood and had to crawl out of the window of his car, and he abandoned it in the middle of the roadway, or the middle of the waterway, I should say, and then went over to safe ground and then watched as the water rose and rose and rose. And then before you know it, you couldn't even see his car anymore. And it was just in the middle of the thing. Obviously it was a total loss. He was fine. Thank goodness. But it was that fast. And then in a matter of 20 minutes, so it was just gone.
Yeah.
It was like 10, 20. It's like, oh, okay, well, here it was. And it wasn't the whole street. It just, he happened to hit it at the point, and it just happened so fast. And you can't close roadways, and you can't close every low spot in a metroplex. So
Correct.
Even though we're not in the country, we can experience it. Just a couple months ago, last month, not even a couple months, last month, on the highway, and it actually was a downward slope. It was 820 when you're on, I'm going to say exactly where it is. I was on Davis, and you can go 121, like 183 this way, or you can go 820 this way. I had to go 820. And I drove it afterwards, and I was like, what? It was it slopes downward, but that shit was flooded. There was a car that was absolutely flooded, and we had to go all the way out 2-3 lanes over into the shoulder to go around, because you didn't want to get caught in the flooding. That was on the highway, and it had a downward slope, but something in the make of that highway caused just this one little area to flood. Just that area.
All the more reason to have a big truck like mine.
Well, exactly.
Not everybody does.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think.
Anyway, I'm just saying. Again,
we're having fun with this. We don't know everything to do. We're just talking, and that's what I think that people need to do is they need to talk about it. They need to think through it and see. She's in a different point of life than I am. But she also has a different perspective, Stephanie does, than what I would. My wife would probably be the one to take care of the kids, and I'd have to be the one taking care of the wife to make sure she's not running into danger. I don't
give a damn if my kids are in danger, though. We're going in.
But no, I get it. But somebody has to remain calm so that crazy decisions are not made.
And I don't want to say that I wouldn't be calm.
No, you wouldn't be. I know your personality.
Well, you wouldn't
be.
Going for
Don't even try. Don't even try to act like you. You wouldn't be.
I've been in some situations.
Yeah, but when you need to go after your kids.
But then my kids are another level. I have to tell you, I have never had anxiety in my life ever. I feel like I could honestly, I'm confident in saying, did not have anxiety in my life about things. Is it like, crap, I put on a couple pounds and whatever. Look, that's not anxiety. That's lay off the Margars. But those damn kids, it's another level. They will mess up a mom.
Yeah.
Faux show.
Yeah. But
I'm running towards them. That's all I can tell you.
But again, I think I've said this 5 times. You just got to talk about it.
You do have to talk about it.
You got to think about a plan. What would happen? What would happen?
Yeah.
What's an escape route? And maybe you have a family, maybe you have a family meeting and say, okay, if a fire happens, I need you to understand this is how you get your window open. This is how, or if you open, make sure you fill your door to make sure it's not hot.
Okay. So I looked up the immediate action during a fire, right? So, because I do think you should have conversations about, okay, well, where does depending on where the fire starts, where's the escape, right? And then so, of course, number one is get out immediately. It does not, it says specifically, don't waste time trying to grab valuables, Dennis. That's your phone.
No.
Don't do that. Hi.
I think they meant...
She's like, oh, wait, am I valuable? Grab me.
I think they meant like jewelry and other stuff
Whatever.
like that. Yeah.
If there's smoke, stay low, crawl if necessary. Smoke rises and cleaner air is near the floor. Number 2, check doors before opening. That's exactly what you were saying, right? And they're like, use the back of your hand to touch it to see if it's hot. If it's hot, don't open it because fire may be on the other side. And
That's
like
right.
as soon as you open it, then it's like it
gets oxygen.
Just oxygenated it. Yeah, absolutely. You fueled it.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yep.
So you get to teach your kids that.
And then it says, if cool, open slowly and proceed with caution. 3, this is interesting. Close doors behind you.
Yeah, because it probably keeps it from grabbing oxygen somewhere else. Yeah.
Somebody said something. It was one of Brian's good friends from back home. And they were like, yeah, you want to make sure there was... I'm sorry, I have now dog hair in my mouth from my valuable. They said something about, you want to make sure that you close the kids' doors at night in case there is a fire because that can help protect them. Mm-hmm. And we close our daughter's door. We don't close our son's door. And this is not because we love our daughter more than our son, but because our son does not want. And you can I can get blasted and like, well, you can't have your son dictate safety, whatever. But it is one of those things, and it does make you kind of like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. But it says close doors behind you. Use your escape plan. But again, it says escape plan. So if you've never talked about this, then there is no plan. And then you're just running around. You don't know what to do. You don't know if you should, whatever. It says alert others, yell or knock on doors as you... And that's where I'm like, yeah, okay. Now I can. Now I'm just going. I'm finding the kiddos. Don't use elevators. I don't know how many people have elevators. I have actually family members with elevators in the home, but I do not. Not many people we know do. But if you're in a building, a hotel or something.
They do make elevators just for homes. I've seen the elevators, but I've never seen them in a home.
Oh, no, for sure. Yeah, no, we've got family with those.
We talked to a company that installed those into homes.
Yeah. No, they're pretty cool. And then it says call 911 when you're safe. So that's if you're trapped.
Well, you got to call 911. What do you need to call 911? Need a phone.
Like this, 911, 911. Like, someone else is calling from their safe home. If you're trapped, it says close the door and seal the cracks. Use towels or clothes to block smoke entry at the base of doors. Stay low to the ground and signal for help.
Does it say anything about wetting the clothes and stuff like that so they seal better? I've heard that.
If you're in your bedroom, what do you do? Pee on it? Like, what are you going to do?
Well, if you have access to water.
If you have access to water, maybe. Like like a master bedroom or something.
They don't think they have to be soaked. They just,
just
they can
wet,
be wet.
Just try to help. It doesn't say anything about that yet that I've read. It says 2, if you're trapped, signal from a window, use a flat. Okay. So I have to imagine this is if you're on a higher floor. Because
if I got a window, I'm going out if I need to.
We're going out. Like open that thing and get the hell out. So, but it says use a flashlight, sheet, or your voice to attract attention. Open windows for fresh air. If smoke isn't coming in. Because remember the oxygen. So it's.
Well, the smoke, if you open up a window, it's going to pull even more because it's going to cause a draft.
Exactly. So, after escape, what not to do. I, as a mom, am going to disagree with this for a little bit. I understand what they're saying, but it says do not go back in for anything or anyone. And I'd go back in.
I think that's stuff you got to talk about. I would hope that nobody.
We can't both go back in. Like my husband and I can't both go back in, but somebody's got to go back in. If I don't have both of my children out, somebody's going in.
Yeah.
I can't wait for. I can't.
Well,
we can't both lose our lives and then leave.
Yeah. The way our house is set up, we wouldn't even have to go in.
This has turned into a terrible conversation.
Yeah, it is. But we wouldn't even have to go in. We could just go to windows, bust them out, and get the kids out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and
they both had nice size windows in their room. Not everybody has that. I get it.
Correct.
Some people don't have any windows. So then what do you do?
Yeah. And we don't have, like, we're a very modest home and all the things. So I can't imagine that would be fine.
I would hope that nobody listening to this ever has to worry about anything like that.
This is brutal.
But if you do have a plan,
it's the conversation. And it's not going to go according to plan, but if you've at least had the conversation, then you can pivot from it.
I agree.
And it says, before a fire, prep tips that saves lives. Practice fire drills with your family regularly. And I think that, especially, if you have smaller children. You're going to start
waking everybody up at 2:00 in the morning?
Listen, I'm already up.
I know. So that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. And not because for those of you out there listening, this is not because I stay up until 2:00. I wake up in the middle of the night and then I just can't go back to sleep. So it's a little bit different. Keep a fire extinguisher accessible and know how to use it. Okay. That's clutch. Know how to use it. I have to tell you, I don't know that I know how to use a fire extinguisher.
You'd figure it out real quick, I promise you.
But like I shouldn't have, but like the fumbling and the this and the that, like
there's a pin, you pull the pin and then really hard and you spray it.
But again, like that's something you don't think of, you're like, oh, it's a fire extinguisher. But I've never used a fire extinguisher. So that is something that I think is clutch. Know how to use it. Familiarize yourself with a fire extinguisher, not the fact that you just have it in the house, but actually learn how to use it and teach others how to use it.
We've used ours a couple of times for just stupid stuff that happened.
It says install and maintain smoke alarms, blah, blah, blah. Make sure house numbers are visible. Okay. Teach kids how to unlock windows and identify exits. Again, I think that's clutch. Like they all know that there are windows. My kids are not idiots, but do they know how to unlock a window? I don't know that they do because they never have. Like, why would they have to unlock a window?
Yeah, you might be careful with thing 2.
Oh, for sure. Thing 1's like, oh gosh, lock. I'm staying in. But in general, not during a fire. But yeah, no, you
might wake up at 3 a.m. to the doorbell ringing. Thing 2's trying to get back in the house because she can't crawl back in the.
Dogs are barking Thing 2, get in here. We'll edit that out. But anyway, those are just some quick. It's a quick little checklist.
It's a little bit of a weird episode. It's little bit morbid. We did not prepare for it, but it was something that was intentional to show you how important the conversation is to have. See, we're on different pages on things. Again, it could be male versus female. It could be different perspectives. What's
weirdo versus Sam?
Exactly. Like, so. And if my wife were here, we would have probably some of the same disagreements. Now, when the kids were little, she would probably be more on your side. Now that we only have one daughter who's older,
she's bouncing and she's like, they're fine.
Yeah, she'll figure it out.
Better. Yeah, they should
just watch for the dogs,
right?
Let's catch the dogs. Let's get them in the truck or whatever it is.
It's too funny.
Or the in-laws, dealing with the in-laws.
True.
Who are, may have a little bit harder time. But, I'm pretty resourceful. If I couldn't get them out, they have like a mother-in-law suite. If I couldn't get them out I got a chainsaw, cut a hole in the neighbor's fence or something, real quick.
Where's
I think
the
really, really quick.
Can you access the chainsaw?
Oh yeah, I could access it. Yeah. So but there's all sorts of ways to do things. So
the whole everything about this, insurance is there for the unexpected, right? Obviously, a house fire, if it is not arson, which hopefully it's not, it's unexpected. Calling the insurance company after something like this happens, they're not going to be your first call. Right? The first call is emergency responders. The first call is, oh my gosh. Oh, we didn't even talk about, just side note for a second. Just know some of your passwords to your bank so you can get a hotel room that night if you don't have your wallet because you never mentioned your wallet. You just mentioned your phone.
That's correct.
So
that's a
log
good point.
on and then be able to reserve a hotel room that night by memorizing a credit card number, the expiration date, the CCV or CVV or whatever it is. But, and then from there, again, the whole thing, purpose of this, it's preparation, and it's the unexpected, it's catastrophic stuff, which is the whole idea behind insurance.
And don't worry about the loss, because if you have good insurance, if you have decent insurance, it's going to pay for it. Don't worry about, how am I going to pay to live somewhere else? You're going to have what's called additional living expenses. Most are going to have those policies or loss of use coverage on there that's going to help pay for while you live somewhere else for a while. So the big thing is just to be safe and
get out,
and move out.
Be safe. And then again, if you have the right agent or broker who is handling your business, the loss is going to be covered.
Yeah.
The stuff will get replaced.
Yeah. Yep.
And but you cannot replace you. So get out, get your family out.
Yep.
So yeah. But I think that's it. We're over time again.
We are over time, but
this got weird.
Yeah, I thought this would maybe be a 15, 20-minute episode. We disagree on some stuff and move on, but there's a ton to think about, and we just threw a bunch of ideas out there for people to kind of chew on a little bit. So anyway, but don't forget to email us or call us. Our phone number is 817-753-0093, or send us an email. It's at contact@igwpodcast.com. Contact@igwpodcast.com. And we've had some folks do some comments on some of our episodes. We love it. Whether you agree with our episode or don't agree with it, we love the comments. So feel free to keep doing that. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you again.